Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about 5 things you might not have known regarding the latest Grand Theft Auto Online DLC that added the new Sultanara supercar and the Bravado Banshee 900R supercar into the game, as well as the Drop Zone adversary mode. So let me know in the comment section down below if you've noticed any secret features, updates, or hidden things that I didn't touch on in this video. But with out of the way, let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. Alright, so the first thing you might not have known about actually has to do with the price of the Sultan that you can sell it for after modifying it in Benny's shop. There's actually a huge difference from one you might find on the street and one you might buy on Benny's site. So as you can see in the gameplay right now, I've literally just stumbled upon a Sultan RS on the street. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking it into Benny's shop. I'm going to be adding the maximum upgrade that I can for every single category. So I'm doing max brakes, armors, engine. I'm choosing the best bumper, and by best I mean most expensive. Basically, I'm choosing the best bumper, best everything I can on this car. I'm creating like the classic Subaru rally car look, and I'm going to be comparing you guys the price of this one that I'm going to sell as compared to the one that I purchased on Benny's original Motorworks site, and you'll notice the difference is insane. All right, so you can see I've just finished modifying up this vehicle, and I went to go sell it, and you can see the price is $313,000. So that's not bad. Although we did spend a lot of money on customization, you would assume that it might be a little bit higher. And if you did think that, you're correct. This is actually way lower than what a typical Karen Sultan will sell if you purchase it from Benny's original Motorworks. Now, the price of it on Benny's original Motorwork is only $12,000, and if you ever might consider selling your car, it's definitely going to be worth it. So I went to my garage and I wanted to go get out the exact same Karen Sultan that I literally just built. You can tell it's like almost the exact same model. It's got the same livery with the same upgrades. I took that back into Benny's original Motorwork, and this time instead of selling for $313,000, this Karen Sultan sells for nearly $700,000. So almost 2 times the amount just for buying the Karen Sultan on Benny's original Motorwork website as compared to finding one on the street. So I know it might be tempting to save the $12,000 as compared to purchasing one on the site, but honestly, as kind of an insurance policy, if you're ever considering selling your Karen Sultan RS, do not take one off the street and modify it in Benny's shop, because you will get totally screwed over when it comes to your resale value if you ever came to that point. So I just wanted to get a warning. I've been getting some tweets and comments saying like, how come my Karen Sultan RS is selling for so little when I put all these modifications on there? Well, it's probably because you took one in off the street as compared to buying one on Benny's website. So just keep that in mind the next time you might end up upgrading a new Karen Sultan, or if you find one on the street, just be careful that even though you might save out on the initial $12,000 of purchasing it, you're going to pay on the back end if you decide to sell it. All right, up next, I've also been getting a lot of questions regarding the fog lights on the Karen Sultan. So you guys know that on the Sultan, there's an option to put fog lights, which are really cool. Not only are they awesome visual upgrades, but they also actually work. And it's kind of sad that I have to explain that, because there's a bunch of vehicles in the game, like one of them in particular, the Coil Brawler, that has like rally fog lights and they don't work. However, the Karen Sultan's fog lights do work, which is actually pretty awesome. So as you can see here, I'm shuffling through the regular lights and also the high beam fog lights, which are extremely bright. And I wanted to actually show you guys how bright they are. So I did a little test in front of Benny's Motorwork, and I'm literally just flicking the lights off to regular with the fog lights, and you can see that it is it is like a blinding difference from normal to the ones with the fog lights added as well. And on the Sultan, that's not the only thing that can impact the light itself. There are a bunch of options for headlight trim, including custom eyebrows, which have no effect on the lights. You have headlight vents, and you have light covers as well. And I wanted to test all 3 of those right now. So the basic headlight vents do not have any effect on the lighting. The light will shine through no problem. However, on the light covers, the headlights do not shine through at all. they are pitch black. So I thought that that was really interesting that many of the visual modifications for the Karen Sultan actually did end up having an impact on the lighting itself, which, as I mentioned earlier, is kind of rare considering a bunch of other vehicles in the game don't have that luxury of having visual upgrades and rally fog lights that will actually work and give the vehicle exterior modifications and lighting that could be actually beneficial and useful in the world. Okay, so the next thing I want to address actually has to do with a rumor going around surrounding the Karen Sultan. And that rumor was if you changed the interior dash that you would lose your radio. So I thought that that was really interesting because I thought to myself, why would Rockstar punish you for adding new features to the car? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can upgrade the Karen Sultan's dash to like a street interior, to a stripped interior, to a carbon fiber stripped interior, and a whole lot more. And basically what that stripped interior does is it removes more of the civilian features like the radio and the air conditioning, and it replaces it with like knobs, dials, gauges, and a little bit more. And again, I wanted to test this to myself, so I actually turned my radio on. I typically have that muted all the time just for video purposes, and I wanted to give this a test. So I ended up changing it to all the different dash options, and for every dash option, no matter what I chose, the radio worked. And I'll even prove it to you guys right now. So again, I'm not really too sure where that rumor came from. Maybe someone was just having an issue with their radio, or they accidentally had their radio sound muted when they thought it was on after they changed one of these dash interiors, because you can even see flipping through the changes. I mean, it does remove the radio function and it does take away the air conditioning and like the AC vents, but still, you can still access the radio. So that isn't a feature that has been removed from you. It's still going to be in the game. Again, I would think that would be really weird. It would be realistic, don't get me wrong, but I think it would be weird to spend, anywhere from $20 to $30 to $40,000 on a dash upgrade and ultimately lose your radio function. That just wouldn't seem right to me. So I'm glad that this is a rumor and that it is fake and that Rockstar hasn't removed that feature. All right, up next, I'm actually going to be talking to you guys about something my good friend DeSaintsFan actually told me about. And that was the fact that there is different sound that you can hear when you're in third person of a vehicle versus first person, especially with the two brand new vehicles, the Sultan RS and the Banshee 900R. Now, I'm not aware if this was something that was recently added, like with this update or with executives and other criminals, or if it's been around for a while, but it's certainly noticeable with these two brand new supercars. So in third person, the engine sounds and all the sounds that the cars make are much louder, as compared to when you go into first person. It's much more subtle and quieter. So I'll let you guys take a listen to that right now so you can kind of hear it for yourself. All right, so I don't know if that was for the purpose of just trying to make the car sound more realistic. I mean, that would make sense because in first-person mode, your character is physically in the car, while when you're in third-person mode, you're kind of a camera that hovers over the top of the vehicle on the exterior. So ultimately, it would make sense that in third-person mode, your car would be a little bit louder. You would hear more of the engine sounds and noises. Whether you're in first-person, when you would be surrounded by the comfy interior of your car, you'd be less likely to be exposed to some of the things that you would hear if you were standing on the outside. So again, I don't know if that's a brand new feature, but it is certainly noticeable on the new cars. So I wanted to make you guys aware about that in case you had no idea, and maybe also notice some of these mysterious and crazy noises as well. All right, and finally, last but not least, we're going to be talking about some cool information regarding some game modes that look to be coming to Grand Theft Auto Online pretty shortly. This information is also coming from Fun MW2. So recently we talked about two new adversary modes that are going to be coming. The first one is Rhino Hunt, and FunMW2 has actually discovered the beta name for that. So he states the beta name for Rhino Hunt adversary mode is Davids versus Goliaths, and this adversary mode might be coming to the public within the next update. Now, when I first saw the name Rhino update, I really didn't know what to think, and that really didn't give us much information to go on. But David versus Goliath does give us a lot. It's kind of the big giant versus the little underdog. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some big enemy or some team's going to have a big advantage over another team, and that is like the adversary mode battle. I guess we're really just going to have to find out when we get that. But still, David versus Goliath does give us a little bit more information as compared to just Rhino Hunt. And also, the beta name for the adversary mode that's going to be coming with the Valentine's Day DLC, Till Death Do Us Part, that beta name was actually Be My Valentine. And we know that the actual update of the Valentine's Day DLC is going to be the Be My Valentine update. So maybe Rockstar just changed it out of clarity purpose, or maybe they liked Be My Valentine as the name of the DLC better rather than the name of the adversary mode. So of course, those are some very minor changes, but it is still cool to talk about it and see what could possibly be coming next in Grand Theft Auto Online. But anyways, that's really all the information I have to talk to you guys about today regarding all the secret features, changes, details, and more within Grand Theft Auto Online within this past update. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. We like daily Grand Theft Auto 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.